to go back to that Eloqua discussion and then talk about different forms of content. Can you talk a little bit about how that evolution happened? And it almost took a decade before lead scoring, and then inbound came around from HubSpot. That was a big thing in the
Yeah.
late 2000s with their entry. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's a couple of really great points there. I think the lead scoring one. So first of all, let's talk about what happened. Again, early on site, then you added a phone number, then you added the ability for them to contact you. Then you started adding interactive elements where things could go back and forth. All of that happened because just like with today, people figured out these new technologies. And because of the way the web is, it's all shared. At that time, you literally would go find somebody who did something interesting and you would pull up the source code for their website and you would diagnose what they did and then copy the things that you think were the most interesting. That's how this whole thing got started, was basically somebody built something, somebody built on top of it, you built on top of it, and you basically were inspired by the techniques that other people were using or stole it from them. And then you just kind of moved quick. And that allowed us to very rapidly, I would say from the early 2002, 2003 to by the time we were talking about 2007 and 8, the level of sophistication just jumped. It wasn't just you had a database where you can send emails occasionally. Now you had like intelligence. You knew when somebody was on your website, and that could inform some of the content that you were sending out in an email. And so over that period of time, the intelligence became much more interesting. The ability for us to modify content became much more interesting. And the more the people did that, the more they realized that they can market to somebody with a problem that they're trying to solve, with the things that they're interested in. My conversion rates are so much higher. I can generate so much more revenue. In fact, I remember when I was with Palm, there was a time we were coming up to the end of the quarter. I think we were a month away. It did not look like we were going to make our number. The CEO called the marketing team and seen some crazy ideas. How can we do it? And so running e-commerce, we did this promotional thing, which required like email database and intelligence and all this other stuff. And we ended up making our numbers. We did this crazy campaign. We also got a bunch of calls and complaints from the channel. So we had to pull back immediately on what we were doing because it was a little too aggressive.